Hello all. Studio looks a bit weird. Studio apartment, more like it. Anyway, that's because I'm moving stuff around. I moved some bottles. There's a little setup over there. My stereo's up here now with my computer. But I want to talk about this today because I've had some people tell me, Kevin, you got to cover this because I know how you feel. This is... See that little guy? See that little happy guy on the bottle? It's Baek Jongwon. Some people know... I don't hate him. I'm not like, but I will admit my bias before trying this. I'm so goddamn sick of seeing his face everywhere. If you've been in Korea more than 2 months, I guarantee you've seen his face. You know, you can walk through Seoul for 10 minutes and see his face on 4 different restaurants. You think, oh, Kevin, that can't possibly be true. 100%. And if you live here, you know what I'm saying. The pervasiveness of his image everywhere just grinds me the wrong way. I don't like that amount. I'm not big on advertising anyway. I'm not Mr. Hippie lefty, but like advertisements kind of annoy me, especially in public, and the pervasiveness of his face. This is not to say he doesn't know what he's talking about with food. I've been to a couple of his restaurants. It's not terrible and it's affordable. So my issue is not with the food or his knowledge of cooking or his cooking skills per se. Just seeing his face plastered everywhere pisses me off. And so people knew that, and they're like, Kevin, you got to do the new makgeolli. So, to his credit, this is a very simple makgeolli. Water, rice, Korean rice, guk, which is the rice noodle, and yeast. So, credit where credit's due. He's making it pure. This was 7,800 won. It's 12%, and it's 375. It's 350. Oh, I'm getting burned. Anyway, I thought there's another guy on there named Baek Jongwon, which I can't help but hear, fuck you, duck. Someone's angry at some ducks. Anyway, let's give this a short video. Let's see if he can impress me. Not you, Mr. Baek Jongwon, but Mr. Baek Jongwon. So we're going to do a clear glass, clearly, so you can see color a bit yellow. That's an indication of that rice noodle and the type of fungus that grows on it. Smells okay. Here, let me fill that up a bit more. But yeah, I want to be impressed. Let's be honest. I just spent almost $8 on this. It's not like I want to hate it. I would love to love this. SBS Baek Jongwon. Yeah, and the guy, and again, this is another one of those things where if you're flipping through TV, there's a very good chance you'll see him. He made a Seoul documentary, 4 episodes on Netflix about Korean alcohol. I just couldn't get into it either. Just because every like 10 minutes there'd be like this 5-minute dance sequence with like visual effects. Which I didn't even hate. It's just, if I'm watching a documentary on Korean alcohol, talk about the Korean alcohol. There was a lot of like folklore and dance sequences and not a lot of like production and like how it's made and stuff like that. So I was a bit disappointed in the show too. Definitely a chalkiness to it, like the texture, which it's a bit thicker than I like. Just a tad. It's not terrible, but just a tad thicker than I like. This almost reminds me of like Cameron's makgeolli. His isn't as thick, but there's that caramelly taste to it that I actually like. This isn't bad. It's boozy too. 12%. You can definitely taste, it actually tastes higher than that a bit. But definitely boozy, thick, and caramelly. Am I going to get a bunch of these later? I might get this once in a while, actually. Credit to you, Baek Jongwon. It's not amazing, but... I mean, again, I had to admit my biases because there is that irrational part of my brain that's like, yo, fuck this guy. And again, I don't even think he's a bad person or I don't hate him. It's just, again... It's like the McDonaldization of culture, where it's like just inescapable corporate... everywhere in your face. There's a bit of like vapory unpleasantness that I guess maybe comes from the booziness, although I do like booziness. There's this like Vixie Vapor Rub vaporiness to it that I don't love. It's not a huge strike against it. If I had to give this out of 10, like a 6.5, 7? Not bad. It's good. It's good. But yeah, it certainly isn't blowing my mind. The thickness takes away a bit. And yeah, anyway, better than I thought. And again, like I said in the beginning, I don't want to hate it. I just spent money on this, right? If I was getting free stuff shipped to me, you know, I would be much more like not likely to hate it, but you know, there'd be less of an issue. I would go, if I hate it, it's not a big deal. I got this shipped to me for free. When I pay for it, I want something enjoyable. Although a video where I buy something and then absolutely detest it are fun too, like that beer I had that tasted like camping equipment. Those are fun too. But for $8, I'd say it's a bit more expensive than I would pay for it, like in an optimal situation. But yeah, 6.5, 7. Give me a shout out if you try this. Let me know what you think. You know, very light, worth a try. Very light, worth a try. So yeah, enjoy. Happy drinking. See you in the next one.